Hey everyone, this is Tiffany with Wish Upon a Far, and I am so excited to be starting off our virtual vacations series for the week. And starting today, we're going to be doing Disney destinations, and I am so excited. Our host for today is Anastasia, and she's joining us. And yeah, so I'm super excited. Welcome, Anastasia. You want to tell a little bit
Thanks.
about yourself?
Well, my name is Anastasia and I live in Colorado. And the reason it's so bright behind me right now is because it snowed last night a lot. And so there's a lot of light around me. I am a huge Disney fan and I love to sell Disney travel. And today I'm excited to be able to bring a little bit of Disney to you since we can't get you to Disney.
I know it's kind of crazy that we can't go to Disney right now. So I thought that this virtual series would be super fun to kind of bring a little bit of each of the destinations that we're going to highlight to our friends and family. So yeah, so let's talk about what we have planned for today and this week and all of that stuff. As you can see, I'm wearing my ears because it is a Disney day. I might be wearing different ears later for our evening, our good night show. I think, yep, Good Night Live. So yeah, I've got our schedule back up on the screen so we can kind of go through it and talk a little bit about it. So what are you most excited about for today?
I am excited to learn about doing the Disney hairdo because I've got two girls and I am terrible at their hair. So I'm excited to see that demonstration.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting because I'm doing it on my daughter. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm excited about it too. I'm excited about the Dole Whip because who doesn't like Dole Whip? I'm just really excited about the whole thing, honestly. And we really want you guys to share in the fun with us. So share any pictures of Disney or your family, or even how you're Disneying at home. Share it with us. We might post it throughout the day. We might share it in the evening, or it might be featured on our little destination guide for tomorrow. There will be prizes to be won. For sure, there'll be one prize at the end, and every time you'll see that we have trivia on our schedule. Every answer that you get right will be entered into to win the prize, and at the end of the week, we'll do a drawing for the prize. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, trivia is going to be fun. I'm excited about that. Tell me in the comments who thinks they're going to do the best on trivia. So if you think that you're going to do the best, go ahead and type in that you're going to win the whole thing. And I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
You've got some really nice prizes that I saw for the winner. So
yeah, I'm going to share
really
some each day. And so tonight, this evening for our good night show, I'll share one of the prizes. It might even be fun to do some booking offers this week of, like, you know, if you book a trip for when we can travel again, we could maybe do some of that. We might look into that. That could be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And who knows, we might even have a fireworks show or something at the end of today. I guess we'll have to wait and see, right?
I guess so. This is exciting.
I know. I'm really excited. I hope everyone else is excited too. If you're watching, give us a wave or something so we know that you're here. We'd love to tell you good morning.
So
go ahead.
Tiffany, what is your favorite park to visit?
Oh man, that's a hard question. So I really like all of them for different reasons. And I think, Magic Kingdom is obviously amazing because it's just Disney. It is Disney. So that's a lot of fun. I love Avatar though at Animal Kingdom. It just completely gave that park a facelift. And I liked Animal Kingdom to begin with, honestly. I like the theming of it. But yeah, I don't know. That's a really hard question. What's your favorite park?
Well, mine's Animal Kingdom, but I liked it with the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Mm-hmm.
And then they added Pandora, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
I've never waited in line so long and thought it so worth it. So
Right.
that the flight of, I never get that name straight.
Flight of Passage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That it is hands down the best ride that I've been on. I've done the Millennium Falcon at Hollywood Studios. I have not done. I know, Dessa. I really miss Disney too. I miss it. Toy Story Land is what she said is her favorite.
Oh,
I really like Toy Story Land too. My 5-year-old, he loves Toy Story Land, and Slinky Dog Dash is probably his favorite ride in all of Disney World. So yeah.
Oh. My 10-year-old loves the Expedition Everest.
Mm-hmm.
And she's liked it since she was tall enough to ride it. And I'm not a thrill seeker, but I like that ride too.
Good morning, Wendy. Glad you jumped on. I am a thrill seeker. My husband is not. So we kind of go back and forth with that. But you know what he does really like, but he's not a thrill seeker. He really likes Rock and Roller Coaster. Isn't that
really?
funny? Yeah.
That is.
It's really funny. So have you had the opportunity to see Star Wars Land yet?
I have not. I'm planning on it when we can travel again. But I know you got to experience it, but I've only got to look at pictures.
So I took a special mom and son trip to Disney in September, and we were able to do Star Wars, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun on both fronts. On Star Wars, I am not an over-the-top Star Wars fan. I like it because my kids like it, but the land is so well done. It's hard not to walk into it and just be like, wow, because you're completely, fully immersed in it. And it is just, it's crazy because everything from like I said, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm walking through Star Wars with the map and like, it's in this other language that I don't even know what the language is because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but you're like, oh, look, Brock, over there is the whatever. And I can't even remember what it was, but it's really, it's fun because it draws you in and it draws out that, that excitement, even if you're not, a Star Wars fan. So it's really, really, it's a must see. Absolutely.
What I loved about what you told us about it too was just the interactions. You're not waiting in line to interact with the characters. They're right there and you're mingling with them is what it looked like to me.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite moments at Star Wars is the characters don't stop to take pictures. If you want to talk to them, you walk with them, and because they are on a mission. You are hiding Rey, sorry. You're hiding Rey from the stormtroopers. And if she sees them coming, she like hides behind a group of people or hides behind whatever. And you can help her and hide her and walk with her or, and Chewbacca the same. It's funny because my son, I have some great pictures of him walking with Rey and they are just talking. And the coolest thing because it's such a normal looking experience. You know, it's just they're walking along having a conversation. And I think that's from growing up loving Disney, that's always the interaction you wanted with Disney characters. But the reality is, it just can't necessarily happen in the parks because if you had Mickey Mouse walking around, he couldn't go anywhere because it would be crowded with people. So they have to do the lines and have to do that. But it kind of brings some of that magic back for the Star Wars area to have the characters just walking around. And again, they don't stop for pictures. It's if you want a picture with them, you walk with them and somebody has to take your picture walking. So, but it's a really cool experience.
I can't wait to do that. I want to try staying in the, oh, here I am with bad with names again. The ship, that's the hotel where you get to actually live the life of a character and be immersed in the story for 2 days.
Yes, I would love to see that. I am very excited to see how that's implemented and see the details. Because that's one thing about Disney is it's the details that I love about everything. And so to see the details of that hotel, that's going to be exciting.
I agree.
So what have you had the opportunity to visit other Disney parks or just destinations in general? So we have Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Aulani in Hawaii, and then, you know, parks all around the world. So have you had the opportunity to visit any of those?
I've been able to go to Disneyland and Disney World. I haven't had the chance yet to go on a cruise. Well, I had the chance, couldn't go. And I really want to experience it because, again, it's Disney and every detail is going to be taken care of. And I have a dream of seeing Disney Paris. It looks just so beautiful. And I kind of want to go to all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So out of Disney World and Disneyland, which one's your favorite?
Disney World at the moment. I haven't been to Disneyland recently, but I hear with all the new things they've added, it's amazing. And I want to experience it. Especially, I love the rides and the characters and everything, but I like the parades and the nighttime things. And Disneyland has really done an amazing job with those. And I want to experience that.
So I love Disneyland. I love it all. Honestly, I love them all for different reasons, kind of like the parks. And if you ask me what my favorite hotel is, I would tell you the same thing. It's different depending on what reason. Disneyland, Dessa saying Disneyland and Disney Cruise on my bucket list for the future. Well, we can definitely help you out when you're ready to tackle those. And it is unbelievable, both of those destinations. So Disneyland, I really, honestly, when I went to it the first time, I didn't have high expectations. And not because of the Disney product, but I didn't have high expectations because I'm like, oh, but I go to Disney World all the time. And, you know, Disney World has 4 parks. Disneyland has 2 parks. So what can Disneyland offer me that Disney World doesn't offer me? But I was blown away with how much I loved Disneyland. And I love the nostalgicness of it. I loved being able to feel like I'm stepping back into the original, to step back into what Walt Disney's plan was, like what his hand was in so many pieces of it. And it is just a completely different experience. It is much more intimate of a park experience. You don't have the buses, you don't have the monorail. Well, you have a monorail, but it's different. You just walk down the Disney, downtown Disney and get to the parks. And so that's just a completely different experience there. Disney Cruise Line, that is, man, so I've had the opportunity to do it with my family and just as adults, and both are amazing. My kids love it, and I think that they like it because they're at the age where my oldest is 13 and my middle one is 11. And so they're getting to the age where they like to have some kind of away from mom and dad time, you know, whereas the parks, that doesn't happen. We are with each other 100% of the time, all day, all night. We're as a family, which is great. I love it. But when we go to the cruise, they can go and do their own thing. They can go to the kids clubs. They can go to the teen areas. They can go get ice cream. And then we can come together and do the family game shows and eat dinner together and do the dance parties together. And last time when we did the cruise together, we laughed so much as a family doing the game shows and hearing some of my kids' answers about what we would take to a deserted island with us, and to hear what my kids think I would take or what my kids think my husband would take. It is hilarious. By the way, I think one of them said I would take a cell phone, and they're probably right. But it was just a lot of fun. Wendy says Disney Cruise Line is 100% first class. I agree. It is. When you talk about service is second to none on that ship. I've used this example so many times, but it is just something that stands out to me. First cruise I went on, first Disney cruise I went on, the server came and cut my kids' food, and they're like, "Oh, you're on vacation. You don't cut dinner. You don't cut food," which was amazing. And I just used that so many times. It's like, oh my gosh, the service. Well, the last time I took just the kids, it was just me and my kids. My husband didn't come. And my youngest, Brennan, he was 4 at the time. He fell asleep in my lap. And so we're at dinner. He's sleeping in my lap, and I have steak. Well, obviously I can't cut my steak because I've got a child in my lap. So the server comes and he cuts my food. So that stood out to me because I was like, wow, it's one thing to come cut my kids' food, but they just came and cut my food. Like, that was just, it just stood out to me as one of those like, wow moments, you know? So yeah, all of the destinations, I'm just really excited to share them all. Alani is an amazing destination too. Alani is in Hawaii, and it's totally different than the other Disney destinations. It is not over the top Disney in your face all day long. The characters are there, but you really have to go find them. But what you're getting is that Disney service. You're getting the details, and the it's just, the theming is amazing. It's beautiful. It is Hawaiian culture through and through. Everything that they do ties into the story. I once heard one of the Imagineers talk about, and he was actually talking about Animal Kingdom, but it kind of goes across all the Disney products. And he made the comment and said, if it doesn't add to the story, it takes away from the story. And that hit me because you notice it everywhere from, and he even used it as an example of one of the drainage systems in the park. And he's like, if it looks like a drainage system in the park, it takes away from the story. So you have to theme it. And one of the times after they renovated Fantasyland in the area with the Dumbo, we were walking and I looked down and I saw peanuts in the concrete. And that always hit me as like, oh my gosh, such details that if I didn't even look down, I wouldn't have even seen them. But I did look down and I noticed them. And I was like, oh, that's one of those, if it doesn't add to the story, it takes away from it. And something that 99% of the people would have probably never even noticed, because if they didn't look down, you wouldn't have seen it. But when you do see it, it's like, oh, wow, you know? So, yeah. I know I've
been watching some of the Disney Plus Disney weddings, and the ones at Alani were incredible, and just, they were simple but not too simple. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but it was so beautiful. It was just the right amount of everything. And
Mm-hmm.
if my husband and I ever retie the knot, I want to do it there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. My husband wants to take the kids there because we did not take the kids when we went. And he's like, we have to take them there because they would love it. And so that is definitely on my list of to do things is take my kids to Hawaii so they can go to Aulani. Yeah.
I'm there with you on that one.
All right. Well, we have been on for almost 30 minutes. Do you have anything else you want to add about today's itinerary and things we've got going on today?
Just keep in mind that the times are Central Standard Time for my Colorado people.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to interacting with you throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Hope to see everyone every day. And as we go through all the different destinations, I will put out the destination guide for tomorrow later on this evening. And we have a whole day full of activities. So I hope you join us and have fun. We're excited. We will talk to you later and see you later. And don't forget to share pictures throughout the day. So anything you can share how you're Disneying at home. You can share Disney pictures from the past. You can show whatever you want. We are just excited to be interacting with you guys. So yeah, just share away. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.